Coming in,
All right, so I'm going to start my seafood boil by actually making my water. So I have this pot, and the water is probably like halfway full. I'm only making seafood boil for 2 people, so I just feel like I don't need to do too much. If y'all can hear outside, it's the families outside. We are on quarantine, so I am praying for everyone with children. Anywho, so I want to start my boil off. I have the water in here. It's getting hot, so I'm going to put in a half a stick of butter. Again, I'm only making this for 2 people, so I'm going to take that half a stick and put that in there. All right. Then I'm going to, I cut up 1 white onion, so I'm going to put my onions in there. And what I did was I took the onion, I cut it in half, and then I cut that half into thirds. So the sizes are like this. So now I have butter in there, and I also have onions in there. All right, and so now I'm a little bit different. I like fresh and I like flavorful. So I'm actually gonna put some cilantro in mine. You can omit this, you don't have to do it. This is just me. I'm a little different, so yeah. So I'm putting some fresh cilantro. I'm also gonna put some fresh green onions. And all I did was cut them in like thirds or something. I left it kind of big because I just want the flavor in from that. And then I also have some garlic, and I just have the garlic. So I'm gonna put that garlic in there as well. All right. So as far as my seasonings go, I got some Slap Your Mama, as well as some Ragin Cajun, Cajun seasoning. So I'm gonna use a nice amount of this. It's never been opened before, so let's try this. All right. So I'm gonna be liberal with it. I'm gonna give you, you know, enough. Cause I want that water to change color. So a nice liberal amount. Then I'm also gonna use some of my Ragin Cajun. Nice little amount. And then just because I'm going to use a little bit of chicken bouillon, just because, you know, I like to be a little extra a little bit. Again, if you don't see something that you like, omit that step. But as for me and my household, okay, we are going to eat this. All right, so I added that in there. And then I just took one, I'm gonna get that, I'm gonna wash it. I'm gonna put 1 lemon in there. So I took a lemon and I cut it into 4s. And I'm gonna get the juice and then throw that in there. And I'm gonna do that with all 4 of them. Juice, that in there. Juice, throw that in there. Juice, and throw that in there. Cool. So now we got all of our things in there. So I want this to get hot. I want it to start boiling, so then I can put the rest of my things in there. So what I'm putting into mine, and again, omit where you see, you know, possible, but I'm putting potatoes, turkey sausage, shrimp, crawfish, let me see, corn, egg, so boiled egg. And I'm also putting tilapia in there just because I had it. Definitely never seen this before. So we're gonna see how that tastes. But yeah, so I'm going to stir this around, let this get to simmering, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I just wanted to come back to you so you could see. And as you can see, I did add a few more seasonings. So I added some chili powder, some paprika, some Red Lobster seafood seasoning, and then a little bit of lemon pepper. and I'm just gonna let that simmer. All right, so at this point, now I want to start adding the good stuff. Okay, so you can see over here I have my corn and potatoes, I have my sausage, and right over there I have my eggs. So let's get it started. All right, so got my potatoes. And pretty much I got these little red potatoes. I just kept them whole. I did have a few potatoes that were a bit bigger, so I cut those in half. But I'm just adding those, all of my potatoes in. I have quite a few potatoes, so yeah. And again, remember, my water was about half of the pot because I knew I was going to be adding things in, and I knew my water was going to rise. So I didn't want it to like topple over or anything. And the water is getting up there, and I haven't even added the seafood. All right, next I want to add my corn. So I'm gonna go ahead. I had 3 stalks, and I ended up cutting them into 3. So I have 9 pieces. If you want to get the corn that's already frozen, definitely do that. It took me a bit to cut these, but you know, I got a little strength. I'm a little strong or whatever, so it was cool. So now I'm putting that in there, and then I put a timer on there so I knew when to put stuff in. Then I'm gonna put my sausages in there because they can cook, and I don't really mind them doing what they do. So I'm gonna put those sausages in there. Boom. And right now, I'm also gonna go ahead and put my eggs in there so that they can boil. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Boom. All right, so I wanted to bring y'all up close and personal. So remember, the water was like down here. So now it's up here. And I just want to make sure everything gets covered and gets in there because I want it all to cook. And I especially want these eggs to boil. So I'm going to make sure those get down in there. Don't want to see those. But everything else, you know, I just want it to be covered. And I wanted to get that flavor. I wanted to get the flavor in there. So, oh, look at it. It's already so pretty. All right. So now I'm gonna let this cook and do its thing for probably another 10 to 15 minutes. I'm gonna check by checking my potatoes. So my potatoes are down in there, which is good. But I'm gonna check on my potatoes. And once they're almost kind of done, then I'm gonna add my crawfish and my shrimp and my tilapia, because that's not gonna take a long time to cook. So we'll be back. So just a FYI, with the shrimp, you have to like make sure you take the poop and the veins out and stuff. And honestly, truly, this is the ghetto. If it doesn't come deveined and depooped, I don't want it. This is 2 whole pounds of shrimp that I'm doing. But you just want to get in there, you take the legs off, and you just get in there, make sure all the stuff is out. And yeah, make sure the poop is out. You usually can pull it, and it comes right out. And boom, you know, it's clean. All right, y'all, so back at it again. And now I have this nice boil going on. I think my potatoes are almost done, so now I'm gonna add my seafood. So I have my shrimp, and it's deveined and everything. I also have some tilapia that's cut up into like chunks, and then I also have some crawfish. So let's add it in there. I need to make my butter sauce. It's gonna be like a butter garlic, Cajun-y, lemony type of sauce to eat with this. So let's get into it. All right, so we're gonna make our sauce. So I'm starting with a half a stick of butter. So let it do its thing in there. I'm also gonna add some minced garlic, green onions, cilantro, a lemon. I have this seafood seasoning, that's Red Lobster. Get into it. You know, slap your mama or whatever. And I also have another Ragin Cajun seasoning. Yeah, so let's start that out. So we're back. I'm going to use a little bit of this fresh chili paste, and you know, we got the Frank's Red Hots up in here, so you know, I season until the ancestors tell me to stop. So I'm gonna use a dollop. You just gonna get in there. I mean, season to your liking, you know, it's your kitchen, you do what you want to do because you popping. But I wanted my butter sauce to be, you know, a nice little deeper red. So if it's not quite what I want it to be, I'm going to keep adding to it until it becomes perfection. So I will come back when everything is done. Yes, honey, get it. So this is the finishing product of the boil. There are, oh, I had forgot mussels, y'all, so I had to add them in last minute. But there's mussels, shrimp, crawfish, tilapia, boiled eggs, potatoes, what else? Corn, turkey sausage. And yes, honey, yes, that's it. So we finna eat or whatever, so peace.